Well, welcome to Ion Business. I'm Christine Donalow from Luzerne County Community College. My co-host is Stan Zygmunt from the University of Scranton. And our guest today is Larry Milliken, Director of Energy Programs from Lackawanna College. So today is the college day. And he actually works with energy programs. So could you tell us a little about the programs at Lackawanna College? And thank you for coming.
I can, and I thank you for the opportunity. Lackawanna College has expanded our curriculum in response to the growth of natural gas statewide in Pennsylvania, and particularly here in Northeast Pennsylvania, by adding first a gas technology program to train field technicians who will actually be operating the wells, operating the gathering systems and the equipment that separates water and gas and takes that gas down to where it can go into the sales line. We're also going to be adding this fall a expansion of our existing two-year accounting program so that people who want an accounting degree can get further training specific to the gas and oil industry and learn about examples and things that they would use if they go to work as an accountant with these gas companies. So we're growing that program. It'll start in our Towanda campus in the fall. The gas technology program is at our New Milford Center up off of Interstate 81 at exit 219, and that campus just opened. And we have our first class going through right now. We expect to start our second class in September, and we think it'll be full.
And now, when people think of natural gas extraction, we're thinking of drills. Maybe some people are just thinking, oh, a couple people, a couple jobs. This is actually going to create a lot of jobs.
It is. This industry is growing even much faster than the initial projections. The drilling component of the industry follows exploration and leasing. Following drilling, there's completion. They frack the wells, they complete them, and then comes the production end, which can last from anywhere from 10 to 20 years on any given well. So it's long term. And the estimate is that they may not be through drilling wells in the Marcellus for 40 to 50 years. It's such a large play. So there will be a lot of jobs created both in the development, the drilling portion of it, and in the production portion of it, and in the administrative side to keep track of all the money and the sales and the paperwork that goes along with the exchange of this material.
And as you had mentioned prior to us starting this program, is the fact that, as you said, it has such a diversification of jobs that are available. What you mentioned the programs that you're starting, and since it's a new field for a lot of people. What kind of classes do people take? What kind of people take the classes? Some information so that if somebody's listening to our program, they could say, maybe I could do that.
Also diverse. I would say people who have a good basic math background and people who have a mechanical aptitude from any variety of backgrounds would be able to take the coursework that we're offering and train to become a production technician. We offer courses that include a little bit of chemistry about gas. We certainly teach about the mechanics of and the process of gas handling. We talk about the equipment itself, and we will have samples of that in our gas lab. We do field trips to visit existing operating companies so they get a hands-on deal. The biggest thing that we're happy with in the program is the industry's willingness to provide internships. So the summer between their first and second year, these students are going to have 11 weeks of full-time paid internships with the gas companies to work with existing operating production technicians and really get their hands dirty and get involved in this. But it's open to a lot of different backgrounds. I have people from 18 to 50 in our program changing careers and looking for a new start in an industry with a lot of promise.
And these positions are fairly, they're stable, they're going to last, like you said, for a long time, but they're also fairly lucrative.
I think, lucrative. They probably start around $40,000 a year coming out of our two-year program, which is comparable to a lot of four-year degree programs around America today. The average wage for technician-level people in this industry is about $60,000 a year, and people who excel, who really get and catch on and show good leadership with teamwork, they can move up into management and clearly move up in scale. So the pay scale and the ability to earn a very good living is there. Just as an example of growth, the state issued about 480 well permits for the Marcellus in 2008, 1,700 in 2009. They've been told 5,200 in 2010. It's tripled 3 years in a row, and they expect that to continue as this development really mushrooms. Each of those new wells then creates all of these subsidiary jobs and service jobs and pipeline requirements. So the potential for a variety of jobs, everything from truck drivers to drillers to pipe welders to well tenders, is growing. I can't say exponentially yet, but significantly.
And that's how. And one of the other names for this position is called well tender. So for each
Yes.
well, there's a well tender. Actually, there's a multiple well tenders.
Well, typically one well tender can take care of many wells. Initially, a lot of the companies are only drilling one well per pad. They're expanding their knowledge of the geology and the production, and then they will come back and drill multiple wells per pad in the play. So on a well tender starting out might have 10 or 20 wells that they're taking care of, but over time, as they come and infill on those pads, they may be able to take care of 50 or more wells because they're bunched together. A lot of it has to do with the geography and being able to get between valleys and between centers to physically go and visit and take care of the equipment.
And you said now the other program is an expansion of an existing program. It's accounting, and that has to do with the accounting specific for also the gas extraction.
It does.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It does. It makes sense if you think about it. It takes as many people or more to keep track of the multitude of exchanges of gas and the payment of royalties and the division orders and leases and joint ventures. There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of money and gas going back and forth between parties. That increases the demand for accountants at all levels, four-year degreed accountants, CPAs, and two-year degree accountants to do a lot of the bookkeeping and a lot of the sorting and lease tracking. So our existing two-year accounting program is being expanded to add classes with an emphasis on the kinds of accounting things those people would encounter in the gas industry if they're working specifically for a gas company or even one of the service companies that supplies materials or parts or services to these companies. And those jobs are going to grow easily as fast, maybe faster than, say, the production technology people taking care of the wells themselves.
One of the things you mentioned to us was the fact that they don't have to be out in the area where the wells are. They probably could be wherever the company is. And so there's a lot of opportunity for people. They're saying, well, I don't want to go live up in the Tunkhannock or the Wayne area or whatever. They can come to, they possibly could still be working in Scranton.
Yeah, right now I don't know where, let's say, the regional accounting office for all of the different, almost 40 some odd gas companies that are trying to establish a position and work in the Marcellus, where they're going to end up with their administrative office and their accounting people, or if they will have more than one office to do those functions. So some may be in Wayne County, some may be here in Scranton, some may be up in Towanda or Southern New York, some are over around State College or Williamsport, and certainly some are going to be over in the Pittsburgh area. So but those do tend to be office jobs in a fixed place wherever that accounting office gets established. Field technicians are going to work where the actual wells are, where the field is.
So but there's a lot of opportunities for young and old and in between.
I have to say, there's endless opportunity. The industry has already created over 30,000 direct jobs, probably a 3-time multiplier when you look at indirect employment and gain in the economy, just in the few years that the Marcellus has begun to be developed. I think the estimate it is that the direct gas employment will be in the neighborhood of 175,000 plus. So 3 times that on top, you're looking at 500,000 jobs maybe in Pennsylvania over the course of the next decade or less being created by this expansion of this resource. It's a tremendous opportunity in a lot of fields for a lot of people.
And one of the things we mentioned earlier was this also shift the industry, the strong industries in the area, especially in some of the counties that are more rural. Now they're going to become a focus, and other opportunities will be created as well.
It definitely is. The economic impact, if you're a landowner that's recently leased to one of these gas companies, you've got a big check in your pocket that for farmland that you might have been struggling to pay the taxes on, a year ago or 2 years ago. And you have the prospect of royalty payments if the gas wells come in that could last you 20 years or more. So the direct impact to residents is starting right now and will continue for the life of the play. But in addition, there's so many different service sector companies and factors, restaurants and motels and truck drivers and diesel mechanics and people who are going to take care of this industry over time that are going to grow in the regions where this gas is produced. That we'll see tremendous economic growth in the immediate areas and some of the peripheral areas of this gas play as it develops.
And there's also been growth in Lackawanna College with your new facility. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Lackawanna College itself has built a new campus up at New Milford. Not entirely to house this program, but the impetus was to house this program because it's in the middle of the Susquehanna drilling play. We also expect to grow that in other areas of the gas development. We have a change in our campus location. We're going to have a new campus up in Wayne County in Holly at the former silk mill, the old Castle Antiques building. We're going to occupy a portion of that building. That campus is going to add a 1-year certificate program for administrative assistance or office administration because we expect that same growth to need people at that level as Newfield and Hess and other companies start developing resources in Wayne County. So our campus in New Milford, we expect to centralize the technical aspects and the technology part of our gas training program. The other campuses are also going to grow and expand their curriculum to try to meet the needs of this growing industry and the peripheral businesses that will come in around it.
Now, are the classes also for this in Scranton, or do they have to go to New Milford?
All of the technical classes for the gas technology program are in New Milford. There's about 40 hours of our program that is technical oriented. It's a 64 credit hour 2-year program. The other 24 hours are general education requirements for our accreditation, and they can be taken at any one of our campuses, either Scranton or Towanda or up in Holly or even down in Hazleton. And I do have students who are taking their academic courses at a variety of different centers within the college, but they all come to New Milford for the technical training.
And that is a credit hour.
Per credit, yeah.
Yeah.
64 credit hours, yes.
Yeah,
That's 1,800 and something actual hours of training in the program.
right. And they could they transfer into, if they say they're going to another college, they hear us talking about this and say, well, maybe this is something that I would be interested in, and I've already been at a college for, 30 credits.
Yes, all of our curriculum in our college is accredited, so our credits, our classes are recognized for transfer into all of the state schools in Pennsylvania and a good number of private schools. We've had people transfer to Harvard who accepts transfer credits out of Lackawanna College, so pretty high bar. If you get through this program and decide maybe you'd like to go into engineering or into environmental sciences associated with this field or into electronics or something else that you are exposed to, you can certainly transfer the credits and move on into a 4-year or beyond degree.
And so now if I'm interested in this, I hear about this and I say, oh, I would be interested. What does somebody have to do who has no knowledge of Lackawanna College?
The easiest way to get information is to go to our website, and that's lackawanna.edu. And you can click on the information about this program or the accounting program or all of our other degree programs in medical technology and sonography and other things, or the police academy. I mean, it isn't limited. The website covers the gamut of what we teach. And if you're further interested then in trying to get in line to get into one of our classes to start this program, you would contact the New Milford Center, and that contact information is also on the website.
Do you have a phone number just in case? Some people don't have web access, or I stumped you.
I do, but let me see. Have you got my business card?
Well,
I gave it to you. I'll give you the central number for Lackawanna College. I don't call it very often, so I don't remember it. But the central number is 877-3 346-3552, and that'll get you the switchboard, and then any number, whether it's mine or the New Milford Center or Tawanda for accounting, that would give you the information you need to make further contact.
Because we always assume everyone knows has a website access, and we're a proponent of the libraries, and I always say if you don't have website access, go to the library. But there are people that still don't have the web, and you never know what's out there and who would be interested in finding out about the programs and stuff like
Very
that.
good point.
And actually, this is really part of the growth of Lackawanna College. From where it started to where you are now is really amazing.
Lackawanna College has grown in a number of areas. I think that the administration of the college has been very far-sighted in looking at what's coming in this region and statewide. They recognized this potential in this industry a couple of years ago and began trying to see where a college like Lackawanna could best fit, what we could do within our charter and within our means to best educate people to get into the business. And I think we've successfully certainly got this program off the ground with the gas technology program. I think our accounting expansion is also a very good fit for the school. I think even the certificate program for the administrative level is a good fit, because there's going to be a lot of those folks needed, and if somebody's teaching them about the industry and the vocabulary associated with it and what to expect, they're just going to be much better prepared to come in at the entry level and really excel, really do well for a career. So I hand that off to the administration for being very far-sighted and having a nice vision for where we're headed.
And you actually work closely with the natural gas extraction industry, so you hear maybe other potential jobs. If you see a need, you'll be able to react to it.
Yeah, we do. We've been very fortunate to have great support from the gas industry. We've had a number of companies who've made cash contributions to the program. Chesapeake did. North Coast Energy did. One of the service companies, Universal Well Services, is going to provide us samples of equipment, field equipment. A lot of the companies have endorsed the program both monetarily and with equipment, and as I said, with internships. They want to see people educated and trained to do these jobs. It makes for better employees, and it's a good growth relationship. So as we're working with them and they're telling us what the needs are, and as the industry matures in Pennsylvania, we'll be in a very good position then to expand curriculum or add things or either short courses or 2-year programs to meet those future needs.
One of the nice things too is it's a growth industry within this region, where one of the reasons Stan and I started doing this show was the fact that people kept saying, oh, there's nothing around here. And truly that's why we said it was Eye on Business, because there are enormous opportunities. Yes, you may need some training, but you also can find jobs that really weren't there 3-4 years ago.
That's absolutely true. I think it's the growth industry, not just in our region, but statewide for many decades to come. And people who see themselves fitting into it.
I don't think that's us.
As long as it's not an alarm I need to react to.
Because this program is being taped live, you never know what's happening in the thing. So maybe what we'll do is, Anthony. We better wrap up. Sorry about that. We never know what's going to happen because we're in the mall and it's live. This is the mall at Steamtown. And so, there we go. So sorry about that to our audience. Any last words, Larry, before we finish?
Well, I appreciate this opportunity, and I'd like to invite anybody who sees the program, anybody interested, to contact Lackawanna College about the gas technology options, about accounting options, about some of the other degree programs. If you're not specifically interested in this industry, I'd say if you have access, go to the lackawanna.edu website and you can look at our catalog and our academic information. And if you want to talk to me personally, call that number, go through the switchboard. I'd be happy to discuss it. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Larry Milliken, Director of Energy Programs at Lackawanna College. Thank you, Christine Donilo from Luzerne County Community College. And I'm Stan Zigman from the University of Scranton. This is Eye on Business.